Hi, guys. We are back for our third episode discussing Rebecca Yaros's Iron Flame. We read the first part of part two, and if that was confusing for you, believe it's chapters 37 through 53. Did I get it right without checking? 37 to 53? I'm pretty sure.
53 is definitely right. Yeah,
It
30.
was definitely
53.
53. So if you just start at part two and go straight through
Yeah,
53, and then you absolutely
37.
hate us, then you read the correct chapters. That being said, if you didn't read these chapters, leave right now because we are going straight to the end. I mean, right to the end. That is where we are starting. Sometimes we lead up to it. We talk about other things and then we discuss what just happened. But this cliffhanger, we haven't had quite this level of cliffhanger in a while. And this was totally by accident because you know that my husband just randomly picked it. So good job, Matt. But yeah, we're going right in. So if you have not read the first part of part two, leave now. Who's worried? Are we worried? And who are we worried
Varys
for?
isn't alive. Like, if Solus is like coming after them, I have to imagine that means Varys is dead.
Okay,
It could mean anything.
probably. Because we know the rule, right? The rule is that if dragon dies, human automatically dies. But if human dies, dragon might die, but doesn't have to. So,
He won't.
right. And also, like, Solas and Varys had a very weird relationship. So I would say that I wasn't surprised at all that Solas would probably outlive him. But you guys also know that the minute Solas popped up, I was like, Varys is alive now. He has to be alive.
Yeah,
It
right?
means he doesn't have to be alive.
Who knows? Who knows? Are we
Also,
worried?
what a weird place for him to be. Like, let me just hang out in a cave waiting for them to show up.
Outside of the cave. I think he's been tracking them because he's now like trapped them in the cave.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so Vizia totally dead. Just super dead.
Totally.
R.I.P. my girl.
Within minutes.
I think
You know what
everyone else
I've
will
learned?
live, though. What did you learn?
I think so. Like Vizia, I was like, oh, who's this Vizia girl? Like, we haven't really seen her before this chapter, and she's getting a lot of like screen time, which is also what happened with Nadine. So I think if a character like comes out of nowhere and has a bunch of screen time, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a new character. No, it means they're gonna die.
Yeah, I had the same thought about Vizia, and to be fair, this was not like the first chapter that she's been having a lot of screen time. Like Rebecca was doing a good job of like building her up, and I also understood why she was being built in, right? We've got like a lot of new characters. We're like building the new squad as we bring in the flyers, like very cool. Okay, Vizia can be a person. The whole like, Violet is now doing the Imogen thing where it's like until the first years are past threshing, like I don't care who they are, like I'm not gonna learn them. So it made sense to me that we're now finally learning about Vizia, but I had that thought where I was like, we're creating more random canon fodder for the book, and there it went.
She had a
Yeah.
near-death experience. Now she's
Yeah.
dead. That makes me worry about Riddick.
Oh,
No,
okay. I don't know
I
if I
was
can. Are we going there? Or are we just going to skip right?
Let's just go there.
I was so upset. So upset.
I
Guys,
went like,
I wasn't okay. I was not
Well, and
okay.
okay, I did a very me thing where I was like flipping through some pages. I forget if I was talking to Jacob or something. Oh, I was trying to see how many pages I had left in the chapter because I had to go. We were going to bring Winnie out. So I was like flipping through to see how long it was. And I just saw the chapter ended with Brennan. I was like, Jacob, is Brennan going to die? Update, we can't bring Winnie out. I need to get to the end of this.
poor Winnie.
Winnie's gonna have to hold it. I need to figure out what's wrong.
Winnie, hold your tiny bladder in.
The sacrifices that Winnie has made in this podcast. Oh, Winnie.
And then it was worse. It was Riddick.
And then it was worse. Riddick is way worse than
Yes.
Brennan. Yeah, I was not okay. I genuinely thought that he was gonna die. Like, was very upset. Not like crying level, because I was just like, okay, maybe not, maybe not. And then like he didn't. So I was like, okay, all right, we're fine. But I had the same exact thought where I was like, you know what happened the last time? One of my lovable side characters almost died. They died at the end of the book. That's what happened. They died.
Yeah.
Guys.
Wait,
R.I.P. Liam, right?
No, Elena. Do not
Who?
flip forward. Do not
What'd you say?
Google anything.
No, no,
Bing. Neither
no.
one of them are getting money for this.
I guess So that Brooke doesn't have to cut this for what's it called?
Please don't. Don't share anything that I have to cut.
For clarification, my boyfriend just finished reading Iron Flame, and he just texted me an EW article, Iron Flame, everything we need to know about Violet's second signet. Why would he do that?
I don't know if I have to cut this. I mean, okay. We all know it's coming. There's no
No, it's
has there
coming. It
has there
hasn't
ever been a
been. No,
yeah.
go on.
No. I was just gonna say, like, have either of the two of you ever questioned would Violet get a second signet? Because I know Violet
No.
and like a couple other characters were like, oh, maybe you won't. And I was like,
Yeah, it was like,
guys,
Really
do you
will.
not know you're in a book? Like, she's getting a second signet.
what did they
Sorry.
say that like was it like they only get a second signet or something if it was like the same in the family
If it's the
line?
same bloodline and it makes people go mad, and then Violet was like, I shouldn't think about this. And I don't know if it was like something else she shouldn't think about, or if it's just like her realizing that there's a chance when she gets her second signet, it could be problematic for her mental health. And she
I
didn't
think
want to think
that's
about that.
Yeah, I think that's what we were supposed to take away from that reveal, was that maybe there's a possibility that she goes mad. But, like, no, there isn't. Like, we all know she's not just gonna go mad from having a second signet. And also it's different. Like, it's not the whole, 2 signets from 1 dragon because it's the same family line that they're talking about. It's 2 dragons, different signets. So, I think it's a whole different set of rules.
Gotcha.
Pretty
But yeah,
sure.
she's definitely getting one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Devolving the conversation. I just want to know why he would send this to me as if I could read it when we're only 3/4 of the way through.
He's probably like,
Because
how's it feel?
he's now a loyal listener, and he wanted to see what our unhinged reaction would be to him sending that.
What's that like?
You got us, Jacob. Are you happy? Um, do we have any other theories since we're talking about Violet's second signet? Any further theories about what they could be? What it could be?
For a really long time, I thought it had to do with like that whole interrogation scene where they were escaping, but now we know
Mhm.
that was just the rune that I keep meaning accidentally saying word mark, but it's a rune. They're called runes.
The rune that Xaden
Those
put into her
symbols.
dagger. Yes. Yeah.
Um,
So it's not that.
that yeah. I don't know. I guess I keep coming back to mind reading because they made such a big deal out of it to start with.
Mhm.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, I still don't know if that was, like, just a red herring for, like, Navard doing things that they couldn't have people mind read and then, like, say to everyone, and, like, it could just be that, but I keep coming back to that too, Elena. Like, it'd be really cool if she could read minds.
I keep coming back to that, and then I don't know if it's like them being sus or if it's like then there's that weird comment I think in this section about how like the Griffin riders are better at like mind, like their skills tend to be more mind focused, like their
Yeah.
signets, and whether or not it like disliking mind reading in the dragon riders is a diss at the Griffin riders or like in response to how the Griffin rider, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's a really good catch, though, on the similarity there. Any thoughts from you, Jamie, about what her second segment might be?
No, no
No.
thoughts.
No.
No idea.
No thoughts or feelings.
No.
I really haven't thought of anything
All
else.
right.
I haven't thought of anything else either. Like, I think mind reading is still a cool possibility. I think, like, some sort of, like, time, maneuvering would be cool. I do keep wondering if it's going to be something with, Andarna's new, like, issue that she's working through with her wings not fully developing. If it's gonna be something like I mean, I don't think Violet's gonna be able to make herself, like, weightless, but I don't know if they will, connect at all. Cause yeah, Andarna's got her little thing where Taryn and the rest of the Imperium think that she might not be able to carry a rider.
Yeah, there was someone that could like ask was it project?
Oh,
Ask
astral project. Yeah.
I think she
Free?
did though.
Was that Nadine?
No.
No, I think it was
I
Nadine.
think it was
Was
Nadine.
it? Was it really?
I
Let
think
me.
so.
No, Nadine was dispelling
Wait,
wards.
is it
Quinn.
Quinn? It's
Quinn
Quinn.
could ask for protect.
I just had that thought. I was like, I went back to the squad games and was like, wait a minute, no, it was Quinn. But I do keep forgetting, like, when Riddick was doing something in this last thing. It was when he was putting the sword into the mountain for Violet and whatever her name was that went right over the side.
Luella.
Luau, thank you. Because I was really upset about that. I thought I was like, was he the one that did stuff with rock? But then he like made the icicle for Brennan's poor crush nose earlier, and I was like, nope, he's ice.
That
It's
was
hard to beat
my
Dren.
favorite scene of
That
this
was
section.
so
It was
funny. Yeah,
good.
Mira just decking him. So good.
That was my only note taking for this whole section. I wrote Mira punching Brennan. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
No, that
all.
was such a great reaction. Just like totally, totally natural. Like, how dare you let me think that you were dead for 6 years?
The fact that she stays mad at him is just like, no, I only have one sibling now. Shut up, Brennan. But like, it's also
Yeah.
very clearly slowly warming back up to him.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Good
three of
sibling
them
relationship.
fighting the Venom, at whatever Cordelia, Cardamom. Yeah, Cardamom.
That
We'll just go.
place.
That was so cute. Like the three of them working together, and that moment where Violet was like, "Oh my god, am I dying and also losing the two of them at the same time?" It was nice to see all three of them team up.
Yeah. Did either of you
Also,
expect that to come out?
Not
Like,
at all.
yeah.
No. I figured it was bad enough that he gave her target practice. I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so embarrassing because it's going to take her forever to hit that chest. And then when the Venom came out, I was like, you've got to be shitting me. What? They
that was
come in chests?
my entire thought. Like, oh my god, I'm so stressed for her. She can't aim. And like, that's what my entire focus was on. And I literally like looked up and was talking to Jacob about it. And like, when the Venom came out and he goes, you didn't figure something was going to happen? Like, they made that weird point about the rocks and like how the rocks were from a different place. And I was like, nope, didn't notice the random reference about the rocks.
I noticed the random reference about the rocks, but I figured that was just like, oh, cool, pretty white rocks from a place we haven't been to yet that we might go to someday. Like, did not think that they were like rocks that had had all of the magic sucked out of them so that the venom couldn't like attack the people on them. Like, no, what? Cool, but what?
I think I was too preoccupied with like the cat drama.
That
But just to rewind, how did they even get a Venom in there? Like, also, what is
Clear.
his name again? Her uncle's name, Takaris?
I've been saying Tecarus. Who knows? Uncle T.
Creep.
Oh,
Yeah.
weirdo.
So weird. Him and his like weird collecting. I was like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll come back up, but I'm glad that whatever like and he offered her like peace on an island with Zayden and like everybody you love, and I'm glad that she didn't fall for it and it wasn't weirder than that.
Had we heard about the Isles before? Because I feel like they came up a few times in this section, and I was like, I don't know anything about them.
They sounded somewhat familiar, but I don't know for sure. I think I remember something coming up about like the outside world not really liking Navarre, but it wasn't an issue until now when we realized they were all right. Yeah, Tecarus was a total creep, but he had a really pretty house, which I was jealous of. I was like, I would move there in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zayden has a room there too.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so how do we feel about Kat? Like, does anyone love her? Any Kat fans?
Not quite.
She was coming around at the end. Like, at the end when they started working together, I was like, oh, maybe this girl, like, will get over herself.
There was like
And
one
also,
line. Yeah, all I was gonna say, there was like one line about like maybe she had a real smile. So yeah, maybe
yeah.
she's coming around. But yeah,
Well,
what
and
was
there's
your-
another
she got a
line.
compliment like that she was better at something than Violet was. Yeah.
Yeah. That entire section, she was being a little bit less antagonistic. Like, still antagonistic.
Yeah.
But
A little
well,
less.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually liked her more when I thought that she was like still in love with Zayden and just like really wanted him. And I was like, okay, I can at least like get behind the fact that she's still super hung up on him and maybe like the relationship didn't end in like a really clear cut way for her. So she's still thinking she can shoot her shot. And it's like, oh no, she just wants to be queen. Oh, okay. No, never mind. No. No, no.
Line to be queen of whatever the other thing is anyway, isn't she? Like, isn't her sister third in line, which would make her fourth in line?
I think like distantly she's in line to be actual queen, maybe, but I think it was more like of the Poromiel
Mhm.
Poromiel province. I think it's of that
Okay.
area.
But
But
didn't they like he transferred the crown over to someone else, right?
it was hard to follow, but someone transferred the crown to Tecarus, who also does not have like a living descendant. So because Kat and Serena are his nieces, I think they're somehow in line for like what he has, which I think is lesser than what um Zayden would have had if his dad still had his crown. But like it no matter what, it's just like you don't actually love him. All you want was the power that came along with being betrothed to him at one point.
Yeah.
Also,
Hopeful, because there was another line where they were like, some guy, I can't remember what guy, is like weirdly into her. Like, I think the second in command guy, whatever his name is.
Begins with a
Bragan,
B, yeah, something like that.
Bragan,
Yeah, that
Like,
works.
he like looks at her and is like,
just a longing. Yeah,
Mm,
just that one line.
yeah, yeah, those longing looks, such plot fodder. Can't wait until he dies. Oh, come on, he's definitely dying. Tell me I'm wrong.
Probably. As long as it's not Serena, she's the better sister, I think.
Serena
she's
is,
such the better sister.
yeah. I mean,
And I
I
love that she was like having that moment with Mira, like the older sisters, like commemorating, cosmet. Never mind.
commiserating.
Thank you. Words are hard this late.
I got you. I do think the cat's gonna get better, but I agree with you that Serena is definitely the better sister at this point, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also love, oh God, what's Kat's best friend's name? Begins with an M.
Marin.
Mabel, but that's not it. Marin?
Marin. I think it's Marin. That sounds right. I'm
I
not gonna
love
look it up.
her.
Just gonna go with Marin. It's too close to Mira, so I keep forgetting what her name is. But I also love her. Like I really did like those bonding moments that we got walking up that mountain or whatever. It was really nice to like meet Marin and like learn a little more about Griffin riding. And I honestly was like really sad when Luella went over the side and her Griffin died. That was awful.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I was
sad.
about to text the two of you that I was ride or die for her Griffin, and then I was like, I don't want to jinx it, and then I was like, oh no, I did
Oh,
anyway.
that's really sad though.
It
They
was
they bond
sad.
for life, no
Yeah, I
matter
mean,
what.
yeah, just like the dragons and the riders, I thought that was special. But yeah, that it's even like more powerful because the griffins can't outlive their riders. Yeah, sad.
Dane was helpful. He tried his best.
Oh, yeah. Dane was helpful. Do we want to talk about Dane? Is it Dane time? I have a lot of mixed feelings.
As long as we go back to Kat and Zayden and their drama, yeah.
All right, let's wrap up Kat and Zayden. What else do you have to say about Kat and Zayden?
I'm still annoyed that he didn't give her, and I said this in our last episode that I did not appreciate him not giving her a heads up about his previous relationship. And then we find out that he was engaged to her, even if it wasn't like love.
Totally
Like he
Well,
wasn't
political,
in
but
love
it
with
wasn't
her.
engaged. It was just a betrothal. It's different.
I agree with him, but I also agree with you, Jamie. I do.
Oh, and the whole like, but you didn't ask me. Are you shitting me right
Yeah, I
now?
think we're just talking about Xaden now. I
I'm
also
sorry, I transferred.
No, no, we are. We're talking about it. I also am annoyed at this point. Like Xaden, she does not need to ask you questions for you to just give her information. Like you could just tell her things.
Tell her runes on her knives were important. Like, wouldn't it have been helpful for her to know that she had a
Yeah.
special unlocking doors knife and a special protects against cats emotion power that is going to increase her jealousy knife?
It would
Right.
have. It would have been nice.
Oh, and that I was a king or a prince at one point.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, like, I don't know about you guys, but I already had assumed that he and Kat had been some kind of betrothed. Like, I had read between the lines and assumed that, and also assumed that he was like some kind of prince, king, duke guy. So none of this really came as a huge surprise, but at the same time, it was like, yeah, you should just tell her things. Like, you should just have
It's
conversations.
still with, like, holding information.
Right.
King promising not to tell Sagal that they're going, like, that Mira, Brennan, and Violet are sneaking off to get the luminary.
Mhm.
And then just being like, well, I just didn't tell you that she would just be able to tell. My bad.
Oh, Tarn.
It's like a classic Zayden move, but it was Taryn.
Naughty, naughty dragon. Yeah. Um, when they were at that scene and they had like told the Griffin Riders their three truths, and then they like parted ways, and Violet, sees this like guy wearing all black. I don't know about you guys, but I immediately thought it was the Sage. I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, it's Zayden. This is fine. This is fine. I thought it was the Sage. I was like, they have been double crossed something bad. I was glad that wasn't the case.
Mhm.
They did get a venom in a chest, but at least it wasn't the Sage. But yeah, how do we feel about Xaden and Violet? We still love them? Like on a scale from 1 to 10, how are we feeling? Oh, Elena,
I
that is a strong I'm gonna need you to give me a number on that one.
Can we talk about
Like,
chapter 48?
Oh, we can.
that was a
'Cause
good scene. I would
yeah.
still rank their current relationship like a 5 out of 10.
Wow.
What?
Wow. I'm gonna need some explanation.
Yeah.
He just not a good communicator, and she's not a good communicator. And then he started being a Dane. Like when she was like, "You're acting like Dane right now," he was. Except like
Mhm.
now Dane is better, and Zayden is being a
Zane
Yeah.
is Zayden is still better.
Yeah. How about you, Jamie? How do you feel?
Well, yes, he was acting like a Dane, but then chapter 48 happened, and that was after. And they had the discussion, and he said that, yes, he's not the best communicator, but he's going to try because he loves
Yeah.
her. And I loved that part of that chapter. But then, I don't know, like their whole argument at that later half of the chapter, I didn't love.
I felt like the argument that came after the throne scene was at least like real. Like I felt like
Mhm,
that was them communicating. And it's like I think that's the problem with communicating, right? Especially like with a partner, is that a lot of the times it's not pretty and it's not easy because you're like, you're being vulnerable or you're putting yourself out there and asking questions or saying things that might not go over well. So I appreciate that they are like having these missteps but then correcting them and then
mhm.
having these conversations. So I don't know. I'd give them more. I mean, I love them. I think that they're great. I definitely think they're endgame and loved when Xaden also said
Definitely.
that. So cute.
Yes, I noted the end game wording.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a cute way to be like, I'm gonna marry you without asking you to marry me. But all right. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that they're really working on it. Like I'm not worried about them and I like to see the progress.
Mhm. I think it was just, like, a little frustrating because it's just, like, obviously they love each other. They have said it just feels a little drawn out or dragged
Yeah.
out. Yeah. I rate them higher than a 5.
Yeah. Oh, they've got at least a 9 out of 10 in my book. Like, they've got a lot to work on,
Like
but
an 8 for me.
I don't know. I love them. They're great.
Sunshine is generous.
I think I honestly, I do really I think that they're great. I love, especially, like, all the things that he's been doing about, like, you do not need to doubt yourself, and, like, you are the person I'm going to end up with, and, like, I also love that he doesn't try to solve all of her problems too, like, in that, like, argument that they were having. It's partly she's just like, I don't, like, trust myself, like, I don't have a lot of, like, self-confidence, and I've sort of, like, lost my mojo, since, Resson, and he's basically like, I know you can get it back, but like I can't fix that for you. And I appreciate that he's just like, I'm here for you and I know you can do it, but like it's on you. Like you have to step up to the plate and do that for yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also they're just hot. They're just hot.
So hot.
2 scenes.
Even but it's even like the small stuff. It's even like, them all getting ready to go out on this little training mission to go find these chests, and like he just like gets back and then like comes over to her and just like they just mack it in a field in front of his ex-betrothed. Like I
Oh my,
love it.
But it's okay.
is
So
that a
good.
different scene or is that the same scene where they're making out in front of Brennan and Mira's like, "This is nothing. You should be thankful it's not worse."
Different.
That's cute. Yeah. It's been two occasions now.
I did also love that scene though, where Mira was like, "Count yourself lucky that they aren't putting on a show for you." It's like I remember that scene and also loved it.
Oh, these kids.
Mm, these crazy kids. Yeah. Dane? Is it Dane time? Is it time to talk about Dane? The guy that's on my bookmark.
Oh, you mean
But
this one?
the things that I feel about him are very evident. Guys, is Dane a good guy now? How do we feel?
What is Rebecca doing?
Rebecca, what are you
He
doing?
he's being better. Like he's really trying, I think.
Yeah. That scene in the ward stone, I keep forgetting what word I'm saying to Elena. The ward stone room, so touching. Like that got me right in my heart. Him just
It
like
was cute.
trying to apologize and her just being like, I hear you and I appreciate it, but like I am not mentally ready to like look at you and talk about Liam. And I was like, yeah, I fully understand where both of you are coming from. And I just appreciate that they were honest with each other. And it seems like they could really like work on getting that friendship back together. Also immediately made me worry that he's gonna die at the end of this book.
Didn't agree
Similar
with
thought
that.
where I'm like, is it getting too good with Dane? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. But
I like him again. And this is
If
where I
he
would like
did,
if he died.
if he died, I it would probably maybe sacrificial. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. And I like him again now.
yeah, although I'll say there's like a little bit of a hang up on the fact that when Violet figures out how to do the word stone and she's like, but I can't tell Dane because he would do it immediately and just ignore everything I say.
I
But
think I think that's what she was saying about Xaden. I think what she was saying she didn't want to tell Dane is because Dane wouldn't go through with it. Because what I remember
Just
is she like realizes what the actual translation is, which we still
yeah.
don't really know, and I think
We
we need to
don't
talk about that.
know.
Mhm.
She realizes what she thinks the translation is now, and then she said, "I could tell Dane, but his like rule following, he wouldn't go through with it." So she went to the only person she knew would listen to her, and she went to Ree.
That's immediately who I thought it to before she said it.
Yeah, like who's a badass enough leader in this organization, but also will be able to think critically enough to realize what needs to be done. What needs to be done, guys? What are the thoughts? Someone give me a
I'm
thought.
so worried about the dragons. Like what has to happen to the dragons that is so morally gray?
Yeah. We at least and I will keep phrasing it like Violet thinks this is what she needs to do at this point because she also thought she knew how to get the word stone working previously and it didn't work. But per her, she thinks they need the 6 most powerful dragons instead of the 6 most powerful people, uh, writers. And the things that she's realized is that it wasn't Iron Rain, but it was Iron Flame, which
Oh, are they
immediately made
gonna
me
blow on it?
I don't know, and it needs the breath of the 6 combined with the 1, which is the part that
What
I'm
is
still
I'm
working
confused about
on,
that one. Yeah.
and then, like, that it isn't an Iron Flame. I'm gonna have to read it. It's, like, in, like, one of the last few chapters. It's at the top of the chapter. I literally just opened to the page. I promise this was not planned, and I'm really glad it happened because I didn't want to keep searching for it. But at the top of chapter 39, it's the opener, and it says, "The blood of life of the 6 and the 1 combined and set the stone ablaze in an iron." Oh no, and that was and set the this. Oh no, because this is 39. So this is what she thought it was originally in an iron rain. Where is it?
Maybe it's the
Iron
chapter
Flame? It's just
before.
they were translating rain, and it should have been flame.
Flame. Yeah.
And somehow
Um.
Dane is really good at languages and just knows that.
Yeah, the breath of life of the 6 and the 1 combined and set the stone ablaze in an iron flame. Still, like, the breath of life in an iron flame could be just, like, the dragon's flame power, but, like, what is the 1 combined? Is that just the stone? Is it as simple as, like, the 6 most powerful dragons are literally just going to, like, flame attack the ward stone and it's gonna work? That seems too easy.
It seems way too easy.
Yeah. So my personal worry is that Violet thinks she knows what it is. She's gonna like get the 6 most powerful dragons together. They're gonna go and like blow their fire on the wardstone and it's not gonna work again. And then she's going to realize what actually needs to happen. And I'm trying to figure out who or what needs to be sacrificed in order to make this wardstone work.
If she'll go through with it. 'Cause
Right.
are you guys not worried about the nightmares that she has with the sage?
They're not nightmares. We all know they're not nightmares.
No, they are nightmares, Brooke.
'Cause
This
it
isn't this isn't our first romantasy rodeo. These are not nightmares.
They come to her at night and they're scary.
Oh, it's a nightmare, that's for sure, but it's really happening, and to some extent. No, the sage is creepy AF, like, he is coming for her.
And did you guys hear the or did you guys see the note about, like, there's a hierarchy with the Venom?
Above
So we
him.
haven't yes, so there's something above him.
There's something worse than him. I literally marked that. They were like the madams or something.
It doesn't even matter because 'cause they're just gonna kill us, they're gonna kill everyone. But yeah, I didn't like
I'm
that.
so anxious right now. And I'm
Yeah.
worried about Violet and what she's gonna do.
Maven.
'Cause they may what is it? Maven?
Mhm.
Maven. Yeah, not good.
Because if Xaden can, put everything aside for love, do we think Violet will do the same?
In book 2, maybe not.
How do you guys feel about the pacing? Sorry if I'm jumping around.
Better.
Guys, I
Yeah.
just had a really bad thought.
What?
So, because I just opened the thing to figure out what the term is, and it said mavens have never been captured, and we haven't seen one like in action. Which the sage was like, "Oh, I've been waiting for someone like you for a really long time," and maven implies like feminine, kind of. So, like, what if he wants Violet to become a maven?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that is great. For the longest time, I've been feeling like they want her to join their team, but
Well, yeah,
that's such a great catch, Elena, that
Yeah.
maybe they need to make a new Maven.
like
Oh,
they need to make a new, very bad version of like, because we haven't seen one, and it's I don't know.
yeah.
Could it be like a double agent?
The Sage?
No, the Maven, because we never seen one. But it's been
Oh.
right under our noses the whole time. Not that I'm catching any of these clues, but
I mean, no, but that's a really good theory. Like, is it possible that we already know a Maven? The only thing that I'm thinking is that they have that description of basically how, like, their eyes and the veins get worse and worse as they get more and more power, so how would the Maven hide that?
too, because that's what I'm looking at
I don't know.
right now. I don't know. I just have a very big concern that they're gonna
Yeah.
kidnap Violet and turn her into whatever that is.
Oh, absolutely. No, like, we didn't do the Varish, torture chamber escape, twice to not do it a third time. What if they took Varish's dead body and they made him into a Maven? Alright, too
Good, then
deep.
we can double kill him.
It's too deep. We went too deep. Oh my
Um,
goodness.
These theories are really unhinged.
Yeah. We should
well,
just
and
start
and
coming up with the most unhinged shit we can possibly think of. Jack Barlow's a Girl Scout. Can I say I was actually kind of upset that we didn't see him at all in this
This
third section?
section?
And it's not just because he's on my fantasy sports ball team. Like, I was like, where is Jack?
He's gotta show up by the end.
Oh, absolutely. I have no question about that. But he was very missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, are we wondering what Navarre is doing right now? Like, were you guys also just considering why have they not attacked them yet? Like, why are they being so quiet about this? Why did they let them all go? Like, what is the ulterior motive?
no, my only thought is that maybe Mama Sorrengail's like stalling to keep people from going after Violet, but
Mm.
I feel like there has to be more to it.
Yeah, because they're still sweeping it under the rug. Like, didn't they say the wyverns that Xaden dropped, like, they were still able to cover it up?
Well, and I think that they basically said that they gave the choice to all of the outposts that had the wyverns dropped on them to either stay or go, because that's how we get Mira. I don't think they did that for like the rest of people that may not have been around or were in like other outposts, but I don't know for sure. But it just seems like it's too quiet. Like there should be more happening.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part, and I'm keeping.
Fully on me.
The lengths that we go to for book club. No, Jacob, take the blanket.
It reminds me of like the guy who's like on live TV and then his children just like, enter in the back and the mom just like crashes in.
Wait, did
Kick him
Jacob get
out.
his blanket?
He was Winnie. He's trying to bring Winnie out, and he
Oh.
was. You couldn't hear him, but like for the past minute or so, he's been going, Winnie, Winnie, Winnie.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
And she wasn't
Oh my
coming.
goodness. No, she's like, I'm gonna hang out for book club, Dad. Oh my goodness. What were we even talking about? I don't even remember.
The sage.
Maven. Oh,
Maven? Oh,
the cover-up
Navarre.
Navarre.
I don't have any other thoughts. I don't know if you guys have any theories.
Head empty.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
the only thought I had was when they were like, "Oh, I smell other dragons," and they were like, "Oh, it's the other sections coming to like do the box." I was like, "No, it's not. It's clearly Navarre finally coming after you."
And
And then it wasn't.
it was Solas.
It was just Solace.
Yeah.
As soon as I was like one-eyed dragon, I was like, wait, why does that sound familiar?
Solas, no. Oh,
Like, wait a
Sola.
minute.
Yeah, but I mean, like as far as Solas goes, I think we all were really hoping for like a Solas Terran smackdown. So like I'm hoping that is what is coming in this next chapter.
Well,
Definitely.
and
Taryn is
Darna
on
is
his
with
way.
them.
Yeah.
And Darna is with them.
And Darna is
She's
with them.
She's
Maybe
still a
she
baby.
I know.
She's
But
just a baby.
She's just a baby.
She doesn't think she's just a baby, Elena. She can fight.
That's
No,
true.
she can't.
I'm wondering if this is when we figure out what the second signet is, personally.
Oh, I had
Ooh.
another thought about the second.
I mean, it has
signet.
to,
When
right?
I was flipping through, there was also one of the chapter openers that was talking about like imbuing comes naturally only to a handful of signets. and automatically to the siphon.
Mhm.
So, isn't that what Terran's previous writer was? Or
Mhm.
was his previous writer something else?
No siphoning.
I think you're right,
Because that's how Brant Brennan
Brennan.
lived,
He, like,
and then Nalin died.
siphoned the death out of him? I don't remember.
No, but it was the chapter opener of 53, and it was just such a weird,
I
unrelated tidbit.
I thought did it come right before they realized that, like, Dane can imbue the rock and then, like, they can all kind of imbue the ward stone with their power a little bit? Because like, Dane's doing it and Xaden's doing it, and then Violet realized she can do it too.
It came after that, like, a few chapters after that, like, at 53, the last one we read where
It was
Solace attacked.
53. Okay.
Yeah, it was 53. So,
Yeah, when it said
maybe
siphoning, I immediately thought of Terran's, previous writer.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope that this is where we figure out what the second signet is. That would be great.
also, siphoning just feels like taking stuff, and the venom takes stuff. So, like,
Mhm.
the sage being like, "We've been waiting for one of you," it seems like, I don't know. So
That
maybe she can
is
siphon whatever the heck siphoning implies.
that's very fair. That could definitely be it.
And
So
maybe she
maybe
needs to be able to do that in order to put up the words.
maybe can siphons can put stuff back. So maybe is it like she gets the power to siphon and then she can put magic back into the earth? Like can she be like no venom and then like make the grass grow again? Just like
Maybe.
shove it in there. Just like stuff it like a turkey, like the magic, just I don't know.
I don't know. But I don't know why they would bring up someone being a siphon when currently we don't have a siphon and the only siphon we know is dead under
Is
mysterious
he?
circumstances.
Is he?
Is
What's dead is
everyone
dead?
is anyone dead at this point? We have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a really great theory, Elena. That she could be a siphon because it is very similar to the Venon's powers. Yeah,
Say weirdly similar.
yeah. It's like they suck the magic out. Maybe she can put magic back in. I don't know. Are we worried about anyone in the cave right now? Like, do we think Solas is going to kill anybody else now that he's already killed Vizia? Like, are we worried about Sloane? Because I know we're not worried about Cat, because fuck Cat. But like,
It's around for a
I'm
while.
really liking Sloane. I'm glad she's turned
me
around.
too.
Ever
Yeah.
since she started reading them letters by Liam.
Yeah, I appreciated that that came back, because
Yeah.
honestly, like, I know that was just the beginning of this book, but it feels like 3 books ago. But yeah, I love that she was like, "I'm in October's letters now," and I, like, finally I realized why Liam, like, loved you so much, and but also I love that they just, like, gang hate Cat. I love that too.
I think
I
Liam
love it.
hated Cat and like and enough to tell his sister who like lived with a different family about it.
Yep. Yeah.
Creepy.
Like, hey, my new foster brother's dating this girl and she's the worst.
Can totally picture that. For sure. Oh, Liam, I miss him. Do we still think he might still be alive, possibly?
Yes.
Yeah.
I immediately I immediately thought, Atlanta, yes.
I refuse to accept a different option.
Yeah. I don't know. I was still
I'll
kind of
be really
hoping
shocked if he did.
yeah.
I'd
And
be
then I
that
will
shocked.
immediately text Selena, you were right.
Or just, like, if
Um,
she could see his, like, actual, like, dead presence, that would be nice, but I don't
Violet
know.
is gonna siphon life back into Liam's dead body.
Yeah.
Do you think
Like,
we'll see hallucination Liam again?
I don't know.
Yes.
Because I was kind of hoping that, like, that was gonna be Violet's second signet, was maybe, like, being able to see the dead or something, but
I will
Some
say
weird, like, in between. Sometime like time travel, but not quite time travel, but like seeing dead,
yeah,
before
the shades of the
or
past.
afterlife. Yeah, something.
Liam was on my sports ball team, and we didn't see him at all, which made me quite sad.
We
Oh,
didn't. I know. I love
it's
that
still
you.
this last quarter
Yeah, you were
chunk.
hoping. You were hoping. Um, who else haven't we talked about? Oh, you know who we need to talk about? My new favorite side couple, Sawyer and Jacinia. Oh my god.
Totally squealed.
Oh my god. Just the minute he was like, "Could you teach me how to sign?" I was like, "God."
You wanna go to the library?
Wait, Elena, why are you shaking your head like you don't love them?
You scared?
Not a fan.
Why?
What?
Because it ruins all of my Liam and Jacinia theories.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that's fair,
I
yeah.
just I do think that he's dead, hun. I'm so sorry. I know you've had to say the same thing to me about other characters in other books, and I'm trying to
It's
let you
really
down,
what
but
I thought of.
It was Jamie telling both of us, I think.
I know. I'm just saying I've been in your shoes and I know that it's hard, but I think that if Liam comes back in some way, it's gonna be as like a cool, like badass
Ghost.
ghost. Yeah.
I would be okay with that. I would be happy with him being a fun little ghost.
I just
Ghosty
think
boy.
also like Jacinia deserves to have like an alive person to be with.
I wonder how she feels about Sawyer
She's
too.
probably like, what the heck is this guy on? What is he saying?
Yeah.
Just like the effort alone
Yes.
is adorable. And like I do need to see like, okay, does Jacinia have any interest in him? Because that does matter a lot. But I just love how he's really trying. Like he's trying to learn how to talk to her. And I just think it's so cute.
I'm gonna be really devastated if she kills him off. I also have him benched, so I'm scared to put him back on.
He's also on my sports ball bench. So
Yeah.
I
Do I
just
switch
Jamie,
him with Riddick?
I feel like you really messed up having Bodhi on your bench. I feel like Bodhi did a bunch. Every time I turned around, because I had Garrick on my team, and every time I turned around, Bodhi was doing something, and I was like, I chose the wrong
Okay, but
Zayden
Garrick had a
sidekick.
really good line.
I
we
do
can't
have that one.
we have to save most of this for the actual sports ball episode. But yeah, if any of you haven't started watching our fantasy sports ball episodes, you should be, because we have teams of characters and we're scoring them based off of what they do in each section. So come join in on that fun. We'll be taping that right after this, so it'll be up right after this episode. But yeah, Jacinia and Sawyer definitely need more screen time. And I'm very interested to hear how they do. Who else haven't we talked about?
The only I just did a little scroll through my stickies. I tried to keep less stickies this time because I had way too many
I
to piece
understand.
through. But the fact that Coda is like the dragon leader of the squad that Andarna is part of,
Did catch that.
like,
Yes.
did did anyone have thoughts? Because I was like, what a weird detail, but I have no idea what to do with it.
Well, we did
Two.
think that she could be like Coda could be her father,
Mm-hmm.
right?
We have theorized that, and I think that's still a really good theory. There and Elena, yeah, that was a really good catch on that one line about like Coda being the like leader of her group of dragons. So I think that that is still a really good theory. I don't know if you guys caught the 3 times that Violet noticed that Andarna's scales aren't actually black. And
Yes.
then and then
Yes.
each time made up a different reason why it didn't matter. And I was like, Violet, you are not this dense, girl.
Only
Like
no 2.
3.
I noticed
Oh my
3.
god.
They've been
It was like
iridescent.
red. Yes, red
I
I've
was
saw red
tabbed
and
them.
green.
I've tabbed them all 3 times. They have been red, purple, and green.
I missed purple.
Mhm.
So what is up with that?
Oh
I have no
no.
idea, but I was like, I was gonna ask you guys about that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying so hard to just like stay in the moment with this book and like not do too much pausing to really like try to think through it and see if I can figure it out before it happens. But that one keeps coming back to me every time it happens. I'm just like, I don't know what it is,
Mhm.
but it's awesome.
When it
Shifting?
happened, I was like,
Shape shift.
oh, oh, cool, her scales are shiny. Look at how shiny they are. And the second time I was like, oh, no, no, no.
Like, "Oh, it's picking up the green from the grass." No, it's not, Violet. No, it's not. They're iridescent and they're kinda green, but also kinda purple, but also kind of red because she's not a fully black
Because she's
dragon.
a rainbow dragon.
I love that.
I am hoping that was the one thought that I had was maybe not like true shape shifting, but I do wonder if she can change her color and she just hasn't unlocked that ability yet.
That'd be really cool because I do miss Gold and Darna.
Yeah. Like having two big black dragons, super badass. I love that, but I do miss our baby gold Andarna.
Oh, do I? No, it's not. Wrong hoodie. Sorry.
Wrong hoodie.
I was like, it's black. I
Next
did wear
time.
that one. I think I wore that one yesterday.
I wear it almost every day. Well, for the
I
for the
love it.
finale,
It's
we'll
one of my
wear
favorites.
some Basgiath? Basgiath
Fourth
attire?
wing gear.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what's up with Andarna. I don't know if it's that we're gonna figure out that like her parentage is something real weird, or if she's just like unlocked a special cool power, like through her very unique growing process. I don't know, but I'm here for it. I'm so excited. Yeah, maybe she's like a little chameleon and she can be invisible. Like,
Be so cool.
yeah. Like very excited for chapter 54. Um, who else have we didn't really discuss Garrick, and I don't think that we need to discuss him for long, but you did mention that one line, Jamie, that I love from Garrick when he
Yeah,
was like, I'm just
I mean,
trying to help you guys with your open and honest relationship communication. I was like, yeah,
just
Garrick.
just doing my part to help your communication skills thrive in a stable relationship.
Yep.
It was Bodhi that told her about Kat the first time, right? Not Garrick, or
Yes.
was it
He
Garrick?
made
It was
yeah.
Bodhi.
Okay. That's what I thought. But if it had been Garrick both times, I think that would have been hilarious.
Yeah. I did also love the quick one-liner after that where Imogen like clearly totally still likes him.
Yeah, but there hasn't been more like relationship development between the two ever
No.
since I think Zayden said that in the first book.
Yeah.
He mentioned it sometime, but
No, it's really just been one mention. Like, I think it was when Violet was like, "Are you with Imogen?" And he was like, "No, like Imogen's always staring at me because I'm sparring with Garrick. Like she's staring at Garrick." Yeah.
There hasn't been enough side character action. We've been gotten too much Cat and not enough other fun little side characters.
I agree. And as much as I like kind of liked that somebody was making Isaac cat, I that's not the side relationship that I'm interested in. Like literally almost anyone else. Like give me Sawyer and Jasenia. Give me like Ree and Tara, I guess. Like how do you guys feel about Tara? It like
we don't know much
Anything about
about
her, other
her
than the fact
yeah,
that Ree hooks up with her sometimes.
right.
since Fourth Wing.
I
But
feel like Tara is a placeholder for when Ree finds someone that she actually wants to be with. Otherwise, we
mm,
would like know about her more. So I'm not invested
mm,
in them at all. And I feel like it'd be really boring if they somehow were still together by the end of the series. So I'm hoping that that switches up soon.
yeah.
Waiting around to see who ends up with one of the Griffin Riders. Like it has to be
Mm,
at least one or two people, and that mingling hasn't happened yet. So whether it's like a Ree Serena duo or like a Mira Serena duo, like someone in Serena.
would like that.
I
I
do like that.
I don't know which one, but my current theory is that Riddick is sleeping with one of them because he
I
had
know Riddick
that.
has to be sleeping with someone. He's
Well,
always sleeping with someone.
no, he is, because he definitely said, like, "Oh, I accidentally ended up in the wrong bed, and I wasn't prepared for it." But then he also makes a one-liner about how cats' emotions can make you feel things you didn't think you would feel, and then
Oh
Violet corrects him
no,
and says, "No, they don't, they just amplify feelings you already have," and he goes, "Oh."
no,
Yeah.
no,
No. Riddick,
no,
come on.
no,
Yes. Yeah, it happened.
absolutely not.
I
No,
don't know who it is. If
reject.
I don't think that it's Cat, but it could be, and, like, I think I'd love that, honestly, like, I think it'd be
No,
super funny, but maybe it's Serena, maybe it's Marin? Is it Marin? I forgot her name again already. Cat's friend?
Marin.
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 Because, like, I love Marin and I love
I like
Riddick, and I could
How the
totally
heck is Marin best friends with Kat? It makes no sense. I can't.
I think it's because Kat is, like, a cool, nice person, it's just we don't see that. She's just, like, a little power hungry and very
A
jealous.
little.
A little bit.
A little.
We've all got our things, Elena. I'm just saying, I remember certain things that I said about Dane a few episodes ago, and I like Dane now, so I'm gonna keep my mind open that maybe at some point I'll like Kat.
No, I stand by everything I've ever said about Dane. If he had died in that moment, I would have been fine with it. Yeah, he's crawling his way back in, but I'm not gonna regret.
I appreciated that they both admitted that they're different people. And like I think
Yeah.
they're working toward appreciating each other again. But yeah, I don't know who Riddick is sleeping with, but I hope it's good. And I want to know more. I want more side characters
I
because
wanna
I
know more.
love Zayden and Violet. Love all of their scenes together, but I could trade like every third one for someone else.
I could trade every single scene of Kat for Ree or Riddick or Sawyer.
Yeah. Yeah. I am
I'm
hoping
just
that
scared for them.
scared for all the friends. Well, so and that's my problem with like the 6 and the 1 and the Iron Flame thing is like it just seems too coincidental that like they're the Iron Squad of Flame Section and then this is calling for an Iron Flame and it's just and like the 6 which you've
Are there
got
6 of them?
well you've got the core 4 and now you've got the 2 first years that are in like that squad other than the
Oh,
older ones.
Sloane and Eric.
Sloane and Eric. Or like, are there two? I don't know. I just kept thinking like, who are the 6 in Iron
We still
Squad?
haven't gotten their signet powers yet.
They don't have them yet.
I wonder if Sloane will be revealed in this next section.
That could be. Yeah. Something cool has
Because
got to happen in 54 for them to
do you,
escape.
yeah. Do you guys remember
Think
what
so?
Liam's was?
Oh, we should know that.
Farsight.
Flame? Oh,
Farsight.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because then he tells, like, when he's dying, he tells either Zayden or Violet what's coming.
Yeah, because he could see the like how many wyvern rider venom there were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I feel like we're forgetting a lot of stuff to talk about, but I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I can't think of
I think
anything.
there's going to be so much in the next section.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. If you're reading this along with us, thanks for stopping at the end of 53, first of all. Like, good job on you. But yeah, if you're not and you know what we're about to read, I'm sure this is very, very funny for you. Elena,
I did
what?
it. I didn't read. Thank you. I did my best.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm very proud.
I mean, it might have had something to do with the fact that you just finished 53 today, so there wasn't like a lot of time you had to wait, but I do appreciate that you did not flip over to 54.
Yeah, there was all of a good 2 hours, and I spent that entire thing making and eating dinner. But
Right.
you
Right.
know,
But still, no, still. I commend you for that. Yeah.
I did my best.
Any other weird theories? Shout outs to favorite side characters, people we want to see more of. Thoughts, hopes, feelings. Yeah.
Want to know more about Papa Sorengale?
Yeah.
Oh, and Zayden's parents, or at least his mom. I think because it was mentioned, right? Did he ever explain her background, or
I don't
I can't
know
remember.
if he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still a lot to learn. And I do keep reminding myself that there are 3 more books in this series. So like some things will not be answered by the end of this, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, we definitely need those answers at some point.
Yeah, we're just curious.
Yeah. More communication with Zane and Violet. More side character action, please. Yeah. All right. I think that's it. So yeah, join us for our next episode, or come play fantasy sports ball with us because it makes this even more fun than it already is. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week when we finally know how Iron Flame ends, because we know the rest of the world already knows, so we're coming in last.
Are we gonna be okay?
I don't
I don't think
know.
so. Full transparency, I don't think we're gonna be okay.
In a non-spoiler
Just
way,
rem-
let us know if we're gonna be okay.
Do you think we'll cry?
Do we need to make adult beverages before the next episode is what I need to know. Just let us know, and how strong they
We
should be.
should anyway.
Probably we
do
should.
it.
We probably should. All right, everybody make a drink. Join us back here next week and we'll discuss the end of Iron Flame. Bye, guys.